there are in fact certain people that I usually rely on as far as people that I include in videos like this. With that being said, it is time for our traditional Impact AEW Rampage Preview with a big night of Rampage taking place on January the 13th. Remember, tonight is an action-packed night of wrestling with SmackDown taking place on Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then right after SmackDown, it's AEW Rampage, but somewhere in between. But at 8 o'clock tonight, also, you could watch Hard to Kill on Fight.tv or any other pay-per-view provider that may carry Impact Wrestling's first pay-per-view event of 2023. But as far as AEW is concerned, let's get to Rampage and what's happening on this event. As we will hear from the Acclaimed tonight, likely talking about what happened on Dynamite against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, and maybe even thanking Aubrey Edwards, because without Aubrey Edwards, they would not be AEW Tag Team Champions anymore due to the events of that tag team match on Dynamite. Also tonight on Rampage, Eddie Kingston and Ortiz finally will collide with the Kings of the Black Throne, a.k.a. the tag team of Brody King and Malachi Black, with, of course, Julia Hart at ringside. It seemed like they have been trying to recruit Eddie Kingston into the House of Black in some way, shape, or form, or at least drive a wedge between Eddie and Ortiz, who have been competing as a tag team in recent months. But that should be a hard-hitting affair as the House of Black continue to build momentum since they returned to the company after a few months off away from television. Anna Jay and Ty Mello fight or team up again tonight against Ruby Soho and Willow Nightingale. Which I don't know how much longer they can keep doing that match. And I'm not talking about Anna Jay and Tay Mello teaming up. I'm talking about Anna Jay and Tay Mello against Ruby Soho. You got to end the feud eventually, or at least Ruby win. Let Ruby win when you do, because the feud, I feel like the feud's been going for a crazy amount of time. And now week to week, I actually take it back. It is a special match tonight, so they are adding something to this match with Anna Jay and Tay Mello against Ruby Soho and Willow Nightingale. It is a street fight, so that should be a nice change of pace for the tag team match, and maybe, just maybe, the end of the feud between Ruby and Tay Mello, because that actually is what started at the feud when Ruby got injured during the match between Sammy Guevara and Tay Mello against Ruby and Santana, or Ortiz rather, sorry, against Ruby and Ortiz, breaking her nose during the match and wanting revenge on Tay Mello after the injury. So I would think that this could be one of the blow-offs, because in my opinion, a street fight is a blow-off gimmick for a rivalry. But also tonight, Darby Allin will defend his TNT Championship against Juice Robinson. I don't know if this means Darby is going to be taking the spot of, Rampage favorite Orange Cassidy, or if maybe they're just giving Orange some time off defending his championship, as Orange Cassidy was chasing down the I'd probably guess, the most defenses of a TNT champion. So they just wanted to give him a little bit of a break. But it's going to be another spectacular contest for Darby Allin, who just won the title, I believe, 2 weeks ago from Samoa Joe and successfully defended the title against Mike Bennett last week on Rampage. So another spectacular match against somebody who is infrequently seen on programming. That being, of course, Juice Robinson. Should be another spectacular defense for the man who has all the potential to reestablish the TNT Championship as something that people should pay attention to on AEW programming. I'm sure that there's going to be follow-up to the return of Adam Cole, baby, on Rampage tonight, and also, well, there also probably will be, apparently we'll also be hearing from Paul Walter Hauser on his about his mystery box. But as far as in-ring action, according to a tweet from AEW themselves, it is just going to be the matches that I spoke about. So expect, I would probably guess, all the matches to get a decent amount of television time, which is another thing that should be special for Rampage, that you give enough time to the matches to be able to spotlight them, because more action should be what people expect on Rampage, and more storyline pushing should be what they expect on Dynamite. But either way, I think the match that will drive things home on Rampage tonight will be Juice versus Darby, as that is one of the matches that I'm looking forward to. And also, I'm excited to see the House of Black get an official run, because they had too many it was too much starting and stopping, and just as Julia Hart was hitting her strides, that's when they pulled them off television and, gave them a break. So seeing the House of Black actually get, fulfill some potential would be a nice change of pace from their last run. But either way, I also think that they should be looking at the potential of trying to feed Rampage into Dynamite, or at least maybe House of Black and, Dark Elevation or one of the B shows, that they should be, the one thing that they need to be doing this year is giving Rampage an identity. That is the one thing that they need to do. And I also think, now putting it out there, we could be getting a new set of challengers for the Acclaimed, but part of me thinks for some reason that the feud between the Acclaimed and Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal is not done yet. That it is not done yet, that they may file an injunction with resident lawyer Mark Sterling to force a rematch for the AEW World Tag Team titles, because technically, again, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal did defeat the Acclaimed, even though the match ended in doubt and the decision was reversed. The match did end with Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal beating the Acclaimed, so technically they do hold the right to say they defeated the Acclaimed 1, 2, 3 and are entitled to another rematch. So either way, tonight's episode of AEW Rampage, live on TNT, or on TNT, it's not live, it's taped, on TNT tonight at 10 p.m. will be an interesting hour of wrestling. So if you're looking for stuff to watch, remember, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 Central on TNT. It's Friday night, and you know what that means. It's Rampage night. With that being said, though, I will see you in the next video because it is time for me to go.